Protection for the new age.
Consommé, consommé punchy. New.
低価格
Daihatsu Mira E.
No need to trouble the police.
Magnavolt, lethal response.
And first, the headlines. New Harvard study reveals babies are stupid. World's largest makeup manufacturer holds production of their new lipstick irresistible after lab rat seduces its way out of facility. And the annual Ninja Parade in Japan slips past unnoticed yet again. In entertainment news, iconic movie star Hugo Mountbatten of Jurassic Park was allegedly again snubbed by the Oscar ceremony. He said, and I quote, "This is an insult to all tremendously handsome and exceedingly upper-class dinosaurs everywhere." People say I'm out of touch, a tad elitist. But that's simply not true. I'm extremely out of touch. I eat plebs all the time. I was born for the Oscar, darling. Born for it, I say. Right, I'm going to have to interrupt that interview there with the legendary movie star. Breaking news, guys. Breaking news. I'm just getting this from sources at amazon.co.uk. It appears that the Casio DW200 has indeed been discontinued. OMG, I certainly will remember this moment where I was when I heard this terrible earth-shattering news.
It's NASA's science variant of the U-2 spy plane.
Secret reconnaissance of Russia by high-flying American U-2 jets.
Accessing Brotherhood archives.
Okay, hi guys, and welcome to the show. Now, before we get into this, please don't forget to click like. It really does help. It's the best way to support the channel, especially if you want to keep seeing more free and independent content like this. So it's finally official. Production has indeed ceased. In fact, I suspected this for a while, despite stockrooms everywhere still having a surplus supply of them. These suspicions resulted in NBNV992 calling me a moron for saying so. And he's right, I am a moron, because I started Doomwatch Day prepping, if such a thing exists. Well, it does now, buying half a dozen of these little plastic 90s critters, like some kind of horological obsessed version of Simon Quinlock.
My name is Simon Quinlag, and this is my hobby spot, where I suggest the kind of hobby which anyone looking for a hobby might find to be an interesting hobby.
You see, I love these watches so much, I don't ever want to be without one. Incidentally, maybe one of my most important videos of 2024 speaks of how this Casio makes me happier than all my vastly more expensive luxury watches. However, with this quintessentially iconic movie watch going the way of the dodo, can you blame me for buying another variant of arguably the even more illustrious MRW? Knife check, the lockable Opinel, a classic affordable knife, just like the watch today, equally iconic. And I know I'm going to get some ridicule for using the white gloves treatment on such an affordable watch, but I don't look at watches based on their price. I treat them all equally, and in my opinion, it deserves just as much respect as, you know, a six-figure Patek or whatever. Amazon Pharmacy, what? Why has it got Amazon Pharmacy? I guess they figured out that this is medicine for the watch enthusiast. I mean, I hope there's a watch inside, the antidote. Right, I hope it's the watch. Oh, I see that Casio blue, fantastic. Get it out, yes. That's the reference number. And I've brought in the previously reviewed from a few years ago. Before I get into this, I should say that what inspired me buying essentially the same watch again, slightly different version, is if you see the day there, SAB, sabato, Saturday in Italiano. Per me, l'italiano era la mia prima lingua. Allora, quando ho scoperto questo, ho detto cazzo, io ero così felice perché it's important to me. It was my first language. Sunday, domenica, Monday, lunedì. And I love how the hands line up and it actually kind of looks like the spy planes. I don't know why they chose Italian, because you would have thought, Spanish would have had a larger, demographic, but maybe this is just this one. So the only way to find out really is to order the other version. But I also wanted to test this one out because I just think, based on, my famous DW, my favorite Casio being discontinued, I want to try out this before it's too late and the prices go crazy. Anyway, drum roll please. There it is. Nice. Let's just remove the plastic. Really clear white printing, so much more legible than gilt, as is the white printing on the bezel. So everything else is exactly the same, and this is something I love about this. I never considered it because I saw the diameter as 44 millimeters and I thought, oh no, it's going to be huge. But because of that short lug to lug, it's really small. But I love this crisp white. Wow. Yeah, you can certainly see this from space. You know exactly what time it is. You have the 24-hour markings, which you don't on the gilt dial. Let's check the date wheel. So, oh wait, sorry, that's the, pulled it out too far, hold on. Domenica, yeah! Monday, lunedì, Tuesday, Wednesday, mercoledì, yeah! È perfetto questo. Chuffed to bits. Non so come si dice chuffed to bits, ma molto contento. So let's not kid ourselves, the quality is more Happy Meal toy than autorology. But before I tell you why this watch is utterly pure class and you should consider one before it's too late, let's reacquaint ourselves with the negatives. The loom is absolutely piss poor rubbish. The seconds hand, once again, never seems to line up properly, and it being a low-end quartz movement, there's no end-of-life indicator. There's obviously no screw-down crown, only 100 meters water resistance. That, combined with its unratcheted bidirectional bezel and a few other ISO disqualifications, makes it only a diver in style and not a fully fledged pro-rated master of the deep. Even if, let's be honest, for the most covert actions involving seagull headwear, it still would absolutely serve fine. Just not so much with the white tux part afterwards, like the classic Submariner, and more on that later. But it is only $20. So just to contextualize, here are some things that you could purchase instead for the same money that will never be as useful, historically important, or even potentially life-saving as the tooltastic Casio MRW. Okay, Exhibit A, the definitive field guide to animal flatulence. Obviously a must-have book for all you fans of high culture. Exhibit B, a Bob the Builder style plastic saw cake cutter. Yes, they do exist for some godforsaken reason. Exhibit C, a Shrek diuretic toothpaste cap, which I gotta admit is perhaps a clever commentary on where Disney is going these days. Who knows? Maybe I'm just reading too much into that one. Exhibit D, how about these cat and taco themed ultra kitsch oven gloves, complete with a petrified but slightly judgmental stare? I rest my case. Yep, these are the end times of civilization as we know it. So I've added a compass on this one, which actually almost costs as much as the watch, but inspired by Ghost Dog. And I have to say, a compass on a watch has saved my proverbial butt a number of times. One particular time I was stuck in the Black Forest, dense forest in the mountains, no cell phone reception. It was getting dark. The compass got us home. Yeah, you don't want to be stuck there in the winter, Pine Barrens style. It's a field watch with a timing bezel. And when you see it like that, you start to understand it more. It's supposed to be disposable. It's supposed to be, you break it, you replace it. Failing that, you take batteries with you, you know? It's supposed to be like that. I don't want to miss out, so can you blame me? The gilt one, I've put on a nylon strap from Wrist County Watch Club. Just a plain black, and actually that adds a whole new level of comfort. This is already super comfortable, super functional, super affordable, and these are the kind of watches that make me happier. I happier than any other. I don't know why. Just knowing other people can get this amount of heritage rich, design rich, NASA proven, not only have the functionality, but you know, the enjoyment. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So, drawbacks discussed, here's why it's ruddy bloody awesome. There's no hiding its Breitling Colt / Luminox tactical inspired ergonomic scalloped bezel and overall blacked out aesthetic that if you missed my video on those watches, the Luminoxes featured were co-designed and issued by actual Navy SEALs no less. The gilt detailed variation is far more Moyer 1000, Living Daylights in feel, maybe even a tad Command & Conquer GDI as well. But the MRW goes one better than the Luminoxes and Breitling Colts by not only being more affordable and gaining its own venerated military following, but then achieving a higher iconic status, quite literally, by being the choice of pilots in the super cool NASA ER2.
This beauty is the ER2 high-altitude research plane,
based on the legendary Lockheed U-2.
Secret reconnaissance of Russia by high-flying American U-2 jets.
The altitude record-breaking recon aircraft. They fly so high, it's at the top 1% of the Earth's atmosphere, around 70,000 feet, requiring special pressurized spacesuits to fly them, so the pilot's blood doesn't boil and kill them.
Human body's not designed to function in those kind of pressures.
Every time Bruce flies, he puts on a custom-made $250,000 flight suit.
Think of these as flying laboratories that fly above storms and carry out all kinds of real-world tests via various recording instruments attached to the wings. Once the pride of spy technology during the Cold War, they were developed covertly by the CIA in the 1950s, and interestingly still are operated to this very day by the United States Air Force as well. While a human pilot would certainly perish outside of the spacesuits, total recall style, attached externally as a backup timer via a special replaceable and easy to swap out Velcro section, is our beloved little Casio MRW, ticking away like there's nothing to it, and obviously chosen due to the exaggerated and thus highly legible numerals that can still be visible through the ultra-tinted visors on the helmets due to the extreme glare of a less obstructed sun. It makes me wonder why anyone would spend hundreds on a plastic cosplay imitation of a Speedmaster with the Moonwatch that has actually never ever even seen a spacesuit, when you consider you could buy this for a fraction of the price.
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
In fact, its unpretentious humility also reminds me of the stoic Hagokuri purity of the character Ghost Dog's Victorinox tactical watch, which was analysed in the video I mentioned earlier, worn by the esteemed one and only Forrest Whitaker.
A man's whole life is a succession of moment after moment. If one fully understands the present moment, there will be nothing else to do and nothing else to pursue.
And speaking of great cinema, one of the Casio MRW's most significant screen moments was on the wrist of the equally talented Sam Rockwell, in which he actually won Best Supporting Actor for, in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. I profoundly hope that one day Casio understands what amazing potential this watch has, and hopefully offers a higher-end MRW with sapphire glass upgrades, a screw-down crown, 200 meters water resistance, a modular inner steel case with a resin outer protective cage, like a G-Shock, and sure it would cost hundreds more, but it would absolutely shut down the entire entry level. More importantly, however, it would help more people get into real watches and assist stemming the flow of horological apostasy, that is the ghastly smartwatch.
I cast you out, unclean spirit!
But ultimately it boils down to this. While the necessity of dress watches are debatable in these overly casual end times, I deeply feel that everyone should own a beta watch in their collection. And if they don't appreciate digital, which is perfectly understandable, this silver screen and NASA-used icon is the best and logical choice in my opinion. Even if you are the rarest of watch enthusiasts, the almost mythical one-watch collector, if there's such a thing. Coincidentally, during my recording of the unboxing, I am currently borrowing also a used Rolex Submariner reference 114060 from my trusted friends at Moyer Fine Jewelers, which, personal preferences aside, is unequivocally the ultimate do-it-all, any-situation watch, and this is for a video that I'm currently working on, hopefully for next month. But even with this top-tier Gada watch, or whatever the watch hipsters have abbreviated it to, there are certain situations where the accuracy, low-key nature and utility of the MRW would come in useful as a secondary backup option, especially if you prefer analog displays. Now, come to think of it, this dynamic duo together truly is pure class. I mean, what else do you really need? Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts. Is there a watch that can beat this for the money? For $20? I don't think so. I've got to go home, return some videotapes, play some Command & Conquer. The 90s. The 90s. All right, onwards and upwards. Catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Ciao.